this moment, we are going to move to the panel discussion. And in this panel discussion, we have a few people who might have questions. You can structure your questions based on what Reverend Dr. Philip just taught. We have been discussing on the mountain of business. The first question is, God is looking for business people to send, as the scripture says, that African traders will go out. This leads me to the second question, and I've been receiving text messages from people around this question. Many people who start business always have the issue of capital. And even right now, as we're coming from the season of COVID-19, many people have struggled and they still need more capital to revamp and revive their businesses. What can you tell them, Pastor Philip, in terms of getting capital and also strategically positioning themselves to have access to funds to enable their businesses?
You know, this is a recurring question for everybody in business. How do I raise startup capital, or how do I raise more capital for expansion? Let me try and summarize it because this is very long. Quite often, one of the principles of life, which is spiritual, is that what you have inside of you determines what you attract from outside. When it comes to business, if you have trained yourself, equipped yourself in the area with skills, in the area of the business you want to do, you are someone who carry a burden, you carry an aspiration, you carry possibly even a calling in the area of business. A number of things begin to happen to you. Number one, you will discover that certain things and people will be attracted to you. I will break it down. Number two, you will see yourself being pulled to places and sources and people that can be a blessing for you in the area of your business. Because it's the same thing in ministry. So what you do practically is that you can use any of the many options of raising capital. Number one, you can get what is called angel investors. People who just, by reason of your years of integrity and personality and favor and relationship, can believe enough in you if you are able to define your business to them and they are ready to say, okay, we want to help you. Number two, you can go for collaboration or partnership or people who want to buy into by taking a stake, a little equity in your business. Because sometimes to be a part owner of a big thing is better than being a full owner of a small thing. Number three, you can do what is called crowdfunding, which you can leverage on again on your relationship. Can be family, can be spiritual, can be any kind of relationship if you have that kind of relationship. Churches do that a lot. Business people also do that, whereby you look for a number of people, break it down into small parts and appeal to them. Your reasoning and your appeal must be compelling enough for them to see what you are saying. And of course, it's always based upon your antecedents, the way they know you as a serious-minded person. Over the years, they are ready to put some money on you. Number four, you can sell off some of your resources that you know that you can turn around over time. From real estate to all kinds of things you have. Some young people have come to approach me for loan to do business. And I say, can I see your phone? And they're carrying an iPhone. This is, 13 Pro Max. This is over $1,000. And I say, you're asking me for $500 to do business. I say, can you sell that your phone? Go and use Nokia. You don't need something this expensive. Sell your phone. I see the cost of your shoe. I see the cost of your shirt, your trousers, and all of that. You are a start-out business person. Go and minimize your costs. Sell some of these properties. Even if you have a land that you can sell and you are sure of the business you can turn around, sell it and raise capital to start a business. Some women have told them the gold you are keeping and you just lock it up in the box, sell it, it can convert it to money for you. Then of course you can access commercial credit depending on the nation and the kind of requirement they need in your nation. Sometimes there are nations where governmental institutions provide soft loans for SMEs, small, medium-scale enterprises. And sometimes I've discovered that the church is very much unaware. In practically every nation of the world, if you check, depending on what part of the nation of the world, your government have all kinds of resources for women, for agriculture, for industry, and all kinds of things. Go through the process and see if you can qualify for that kind of support. Number 6, is that you can choose to take up a paid employment where you have the capacity to have some high compensation and save over a period of time. Can be 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, it doesn't matter. Or you can do something else as a leverage to raise a kind of capital for the main thing. What is important is that you are committed to that venture and you can raise resource. Those are at least 6 ways you can raise capital. Let me give you a quick testimony. As a student of law, my first degree was in law. The first time I made big money was a student on campus. Every semester, during the holiday, before the next semester, I would go in advance and get all the law reports that we're going to be using the semester, go to the library and report them, paraphrase them, talk to my law lecturer, and they say this is good. And I come back when we resume and sell it all to all my co-students. So I was always having more than enough money on campus to do stuff by working hard in advance. I even know a classmate of mine, how he sponsored his university was during the holiday, he went to farm and raised money to pay for his schooling. It is never true that there is no help or a way out. You just haven't looked enough.